Lately, something that has been playing in my mind is this impatience in the other. Again, the externalization of what is occurring inherently internally. This began the other day when I looked in the mirror, and to my surprise, yes, I saw my face, but I actually saw the face of my twin looking straight back at me. Not me, but like me in so many ways. As though through the mirror, I could see him looking back at me to say, I see you. Right now, in this moment, in the mirror, here is one window in time where you see me and I see you. As you see me, I see you. Some days have passed now, and now, in my own way, I have been finding the road back to where I'm going. I have previously shared my contemplations on the inextricably synchronistic nature of this alliance. I will call it that because it is an alliance. Perhaps holding its own sort of tensions, but dedicated nonetheless because of its natural affinity to call one back to the same place over days, weeks, months, and years. And so let's take a moment and reflect on our own growth and what remains to be learned on at least this part of the journey. This one is about how the tensions between the divine masculine and the divine feminine illuminate the resistance in the self coming into union. How easy and comfortable it feels to sense our limitations and to react by putting those feelings in the blame of another person's hands, instead of maintaining our gaze within to see what we are being shown about ourselves. While so much progress has been made and so many qualities brought to light, as time passes, the energy of the other enters our sphere and triggers us back into the fears and doubts that take us back to places we thought we had long departed from, places we thought we had grown beyond. And so let us ask ourselves some questions. I like to call this a divine inquiry, an inner inquiry that reveals to us the divine truth of what we need to know and understand, an inquiry that reveals that the inquiry itself was divinely initiated, triggered from the inside, and answered from the inside too. As I ask these questions from either of these aspects, I'd like you to imagine yourself as the other, to imagine how these struggles may feel as they make the same inquiry. The feminine asks, when I am doubtful of myself, when I berate myself for not having built healthy structures and routines in my life to support my work, when I begin to doubt my abilities, which I have long proven to be valid, present, and reliable, when I suddenly feel disconnected from my safety, when I feel stagnant, after taking what I felt to be a much-needed and deserved break, when I feel doubtful of my ability to provide for myself, are these not the unravelings of my masculine nature? Is this not the distant call from my masculine, calling me back to him, calling to his feminine to remind her that he has always been there, with all of her concerns already mastered within himself? The masculine asks, when I feel distanced from the flow of my creativity, when I feel I have allowed too much external noise to interfere with the time I want to spend doing what I love most, when I feel alone, unseen, and misunderstood, when I feel invaded by other people's energies and thoughts that bring doubt into my world and my mind, when I begin to doubt whether anyone cares for what I have to offer, when I feel ungrounded. Are these not the unravelings of my feminine nature? Is this not the distant call from my feminine, calling me back to her, calling to her masculine to remind him that she has always been there, with all of his concerns already mastered within herself? And so now, here we are. We find each of our polarities observing in the other a struggle that the other has mastered with such ease and flair, so much so that it sparks a jealousy and longing within that is hard to even admit, let alone confront in truth. I ask now, are these questions themselves not evidence of how real this journey is? How crucial it is to union? Perhaps not all routes to union, but certainly true to the one whose work, quite literally, rides the waves of love and romance. I mean, is romance not a form of nature? A way, an affinity, a language, a motivator, a force? How else to catch the attention of a divinely gifted soul, to remind them of their purpose, to remind them of their nature and the importance of their work, than to promise them a love of all loves, a love divine, a journey that will lead them not only to the love of their dreams, but the life of their dreams, a life of heaven on earth? Well, to that I would say, I encourage you to face the triggers you move through, face to face, in the mirror. There is an aspect of you that you recognize in another, a face, a voice, and a resonance you recognize here on earth, another human to remind you of who you are. Let this not become an opportunity to get lost in words, when words were gifted to us as a promise to find ourselves through. Let us rather let the truth of words reveal our purpose and reveal our path. A twin is a twin because you are born together. You share a womb. You share a mother and a father. You are of the same, but you are not the same. You enter the world together, and for as long as you are apart, for as long as there is distance between you, you will feel what is missing from you. This world is a very, very big place. More than 8 billion people, yet one person feels as familiar and irreplaceable to you as you do to your own self. In actuality, looking for them really could resemble the exercise of searching for a needle in a haystack. And so, it does not feel wise to search for them outside. The wisdom here would be to heal from the inside, to allow yourself to come into union, to trust in your divinity, to trust in the divinity of what has been promised, to trust in divine timing, and to trust that the art of surrender is a skill developed through time and the lessons it offers, a form of self-mastery, a co-creation of the individual of your dreams, the one you deserve to unite with in this lifetime, the one that will meet you halfway, the one that has put as much work into themselves as you have, the one who will not run, the one you are preparing for, the one you have not seen, the one that may be the other, but is actually found in you. And so let us heal. Let us heal this divine romance. Let us heal this divine journey. Let us heal this divine alliance. Let us not delay the journey to waking up in paradise. Let us heal this aversion to surrendering to divine timing. Let us focus on healing not the other, but on healing ourselves. For this is the gift of isolation. This is the gift of togetherness in solitude. This is the gift of the divine romance. It is to travel within, to collect the parts of yourself you have remembered, to follow the clues, and to meet in the middle, with not only the other, but with all of the divine, and in union.